Okay, hello presentation. It is Thursday night, the 14th of May, if you can believe it. The number 10 is the number of school days that we have left. I just counted before we started um, tonight and saw that we've been in this isolation and self-distancing and all of this for 59 days already. And so the thought that we have 10 more of school days to go should be heartening for some because this has been quite the haul. And with that being said, it's not just about getting it done, but it's about 10 days until we can take a breath and recognize all that we were able to accomplish in this really unique time. And I can't say enough how important it's been that we've felt your support and your partnership in all of this. Uh, every day, we're more and more aware of the importance of schools for our kids, the importance of this school especially, and grateful for all that we have. And that also reflects we're grateful for our health. We're grateful for opportunities that others don't have, and we are completely committed to taking what's been a difficult experience and turning it into something that makes the school better and stronger and more prepared going forward as well. So 10 days left. Take heart. We are super close. I'll record these. I'll send them back. It's important to know that these are being recorded. The Q&A is enabled. I wasn't able to find it last week until after. I try to keep it um, so that I can answer your questions. But again, if I don't get to them tonight, I will compile them and come back at it at next week. Just to kind of give you a sense of some of our progress, this week has been a tremendous success as far as the school is concerned, as far as our desire to keep our end of year testing on schedule and to make sure that we are able to capture this moment for the kids with ERBs. I don't know that it's been super smooth at every house and that you haven't picked up on the anxiety of testing and actually just how hard it is to sit still and concentrate at this time. But we're really pleased with how well this has gone. Um, Again, an incredibly huge shout out to Jamie Mitchell for coordinating our ERBs and to all of the teachers and all of the Spark tutors and all of the additional readers that are reading tests with students. I've been fortunate to be a reader as well, and it's given me a lot of renewed, perspective and respect for what we want our kids to understand, the things that we want them to be able to do. It's a really rigorous test. There are some questions in there that I struggle to understand as well. So we know that this is a hard test, but it's been important for us. And we're looking forward to hearing back from ERBs and getting that information to you about how our kids are doing at this point. And it'll give us some information about um, where we want to begin next year. That type of information will be important for us. But it'll also be a good chance for us to keep resetting and realigning our curriculum to make sure that we are supporting their critical thinking skills, that we are helping them learn how to read very carefully and to look for clues. It's actually a really good assessment, and we're glad that we moved over to it. The talent show is going to be broadcast tomorrow. 9 a.m. is the wrong time. It'll likely be in the afternoon. Hopefully teachers will be able to get that information to you. I didn't catch that on the slide. But those who did send something in, we're excited to be able to share that, and hope that you'll cheer on all of the kids who got out there and gave it a shot. There is no school on Monday, May 25th. It's Memorial Day. We'll be observing that as well. Thursday, May 28th is our graduation at 10 a.m. just a note, there was a great effort and additional support from some of our eighth grade parents to make sure that our eighth graders were additionally recognized for the moment and their graduation, and they were able to deliver these really cool personal signs to all of the graduates, and we want to thank uh, our eighth grade parents for hopping in and doing that. It means a lot, and we appreciate it too. Friday, May 29th is the last day of distance learning, and we'll do that as our virtual move up. I left the yearbook kind of image down there. We wanted to have the yearbooks on the day that you dropped off your equipment and technology to be able to hand over to you, but they're backed up and they will likely be out in early June and sent to your homes. Um, Hopefully you gave your own address. If you didn't, we'll make sure that we get them to you over the summer. But the yearbooks are on their way. They're just a little bit behind. And then Monday, June 1st will be when we will send you some type of organized calendar or itinerary that'll make it so that families know when they are to come, and we'll give you windows for times to do that so that we can control the flow and make sure that we're able to get everything that we need to collect from you, and then also hand over anything that we might still have for you as well. So Monday, June 1st will be the curriculum and technology return day. I want to say thank you for helping your kids take good care of the school's technology while you've been away. It's very much appreciated. We've never understood it to be as essential as we do now. Over the summer, we'll be finding out what needs to be updated and fixed or replaced. And so please continue to encourage your kids to take good care of this essential equipment, and we'll get it back from you on the 1st. Very few new questions, and most are kind of reiterations of questions we've seen before, but let's keep trying. What things need to be considered for the fall semester opening? I'll show you a slide in just a moment about what some of the considerations are for us. And these are still things that are being developed as we go. And we're looking for guidance from CIS, from the state to a certain extent, though we feel like we're a good distance in front of the state right now in terms of their own recommendations and what they're able to do. We're fortunate for that. But as some of the specifications on what reopening look like, we will get that out to you as we have it. One question that came in last week, and this was the only question that came in while we were doing the webinar last year, is if we're still distance learning next fall, can we break our tuition contract? I'm hesitant to answer that. I would likely never tell you that I think it's what you should do. We are still going to school. We are just adapting to this moment. It won't last forever. We are stronger than our neighbors. We're grateful for that, and we're going to come out in front. A pretty daunting picture of the budgets and the budget cuts in the state and what it means for education in general. So now more than ever, I think we recognize the importance of small schools, of a small community, and it will be our absolute goal to open as we said on August 19th, and to modify as needed as we get closer. But that would be a question that I would imagine the task force would take up over the summer. We certainly encourage you to take a deep breath, stick the course, and stay with this commitment, because we will be out of it eventually, and the school will be in front when we are. We have begun this transition between ending this school year and doing the things that we need to do, and immediately starting to put people in place to help us make the best decisions about what the fall will look like, what we need to do. And we have put together what many schools have been calling COVID-19 task forces, and our task is similar to others. However, there's important moving pieces to consider, and so we have two members of our finance committee on the task force: incoming head of school Jackie Gallo, um, two members of the board. We have two people from the leadership and teaching staff that are also on it, admissions, and there will be a lot of good people who will be putting their minds to it. We have some assistance from physicians on how we consider this for next year, and we'll be announcing kind of who is on that task force in the next couple of weeks, and let you know what we are doing to gather as much information now as we can. Next week, likely at the end of next week, we will be circulating a survey to the parent community that is focused primarily on takeaways from distance learning. What is an absolute keeper? What's an absolute must to change? What are the things that are working well for you? We need to hear from teachers about what's not sustainable for them, about the way that we've organized it here at the end of the year. And we'll use the full summer to put this information, this data from you into good effect, and to move forward in a way that is good for the largest number at the school. We know for certain that the younger kids are the least effective distance learning is for you. It gets possibly a little bit more manageable as the kids get older, but we also know that there are just certain circumstances of children's development that need to be factored into what is possible with distance learning. And if the entire county, say, were to begin with distance learning next year, we would look to be adapting everything that we could do to make it possible for our youngest learners to still get the best possible education under these circumstances. And we can say more as that unfolds. And quite a few of you have actually just sent notes saying, what do you need? What can we help with? Right now, I still think the thing that you can most help with is being supportive, continuing to support the decisions that the school has made. You've been incredible and partnering with us on that, and that's so important right now. Going forward, how can you help? You can continue saying what you love about your school to friends and people who are considering a different school for their own families as well. This will take everybody being together and thinking together, and also linking arms around next steps, so that we can be past this and onto the next level that the school is ready for and certainly capable of. I mentioned this slide. This is just an important thing, I think, to look at, and this is something that's been circulated with the California Association of Independent Schools, and it gives you just a glance at what the task force will be looking at in terms of school three ways, three possible scenarios for school going forward in the fall. One is our hopeful intention to be back on campus in smaller groups with some modifications made so that we can create distance with the kids, that we can eliminate programs or anything that actually is not sustainable right now with having kids being separated. There are differences in the games that kids will be encouraged or allowed to play. There's just going to be some limitations that we need to be mindful of. The next one is a hybrid model, which would be some type of online and on-campus combination for us. And then the last, least desirable, but still worthy of paying a lot of attention to as a possibility, is distance learning continues in the fall. That's not our goal. That's not what most people are saying, but it's certainly something that we are going to make sure that that we plan for. So these are the questions that have to do with health and safety, how we deliver a mission appropriate program in this environment, what it means to our personnel, and what are the costs that we need to weigh um, against their needs as well to teach in a healthy um, environment. Financial planning, that will always be an aspect of this, is how do we manage the hit that we've also taken, along with every other person and an organization in the country and world right now. And then just an eye on our enrollment management and our best efforts to make sure that we are still pushing for a school that is as good as it was prior. And there's no reason, honestly, why it shouldn't be as good after. We have amazing people who've done incredible things under circumstances that they had no preparation for, really. Um, and so if they've done this well, and our teachers have been this outstanding, and the community's been this supportive, I have little reason to believe that any one of these scenarios can't be done well and better, and that it'll still be applicable and helpful for the children in our school. So we've created a COVID-19 task force. We will share who is on that task force soon. Our faculty leadership team continues to meet and plan. Yesterday, Jackie Gallo joined the leadership team to think about some of the questions that we need to be um, keeping front and center. And I've appreciated her involvement all along and her inputs as we go. We will share at least one more kind of head-to-head conversation with Jackie and I. We'll likely be near the end of the year, maybe the last week of school. But if you have things that you would like me to ask Jackie, or things that you like would maybe consider some value in she and I discussing aloud together, send it to me, please, or send it to the transition committee, and we'll be happy to give it a shot. We are 10 days away, and we're following the signals, and the signals are about May 29th. It's about getting our teachers a good point where they can end and take a breath and unplug, something they desperately need, something you desperately need, and we're excited to do it. And then to use the summer, like we said, as a jumping off point for how the school moves forward and gets better in this post-COVID or almost post-COVID world. Things will all shift because of this, but I am convinced that if there's a community in Sonoma that's capable of weathering this better than our peers, better than we had even anticipated its presentation. And so we'll continue to follow those signals. All of the same guides that we use to collect information, share information. And then last, 10 days to go. Give your kids a big congratulations on their hard work and concentration on the ERBs this week. A shout out to the teachers who have done this on top of everything else that they're planning for in terms of finishing the year, celebrating our kids and recognizing them as we come to the close of the year. And wish you great health and some sanity, and hope that you'll hug your kids for us. We miss them, and we will be back next week. Whatever questions were sent in, I'll collect for next week. And definitely wish you the best. Happy Friday tomorrow, and we will see you soon. Thank you.